Hey everyone. So I'm Sue. Welcome in. Let me tell you, I just had to hop on and share. I just finished a book that completely rocked my world. It's a complete battle cry for everything that I believe in right at this moment. So I wanted to share with you because, that's what we do. We share what is most important to us. So, you know how it goes. So life just has this way of knocking us down. It's like that swift punch to the gut or the knee to the ribs. And it's like just when we think we've caught our breath, it's like bam, another hit right to the face. And let me be real, some days it feels like we're just curled up in the fetal position, waiting for that next blow. And after a while, staying down just starts to feel safer. And we tell ourselves, "Oh, it's just about survival. This world is just chaotic. It's heavy. It's full of people who have given up." But you know what? It's not the way I want to live. I don't want to live in the fetal position. I don't want to give up. And I know that the world would be a much better place if we didn't. So that's where this book comes in. It is Everything is Figureoutable by Marie Forleo. It's not a new book by any means. It was published in 2019. And let me tell you, holy cow, definitely a battle cry to get back up. To remind yourself that no matter how impossible something feels, you have the power to figure it out. So I can't even begin to say how many times I've read a book and I've done the reading, I've felt inspired, but this book, there's a different level of inspiration, which is why I just have to share it with you. So, I'm not going to give you a whole summary of the book. Just going to give you some of my thoughts and some of the ideas behind it, and hopefully you'll pick it up and you'll read it yourself. But one of the things about this book is that Forleo breaks it down into three simple rules. So, number one, all problems or dreams are figure outable. Number two, if a problem isn't figure outable, it's actually not a problem. It's just a fact of life or a law of nature, something like gravity or death. And number three, if you're not willing to figure it out, maybe it's not actually a problem, or it might not be your dream. And that's okay. Find something else that lights up your soul, sets you on fire, and go back to rule number one, which is that all problems are figure outable. All right, so pretty simplistic. You might be like, well, why do I need to read a whole book that's set up like that? But here's the thing that makes this book so different than all the rest. It is interactive. So at the end of every chapter, Forleo hits you with an insight to action challenge. And it's a set of questions that push you past the passive learning and into a real change because we know knowledge without action is just information that's going in one ear and out the other. But the second you actually apply this stuff, that's when your entire reality shifts. So it's when your beliefs about what's possible for you shift. And if we want to get all sciencey, which I love a little bit of science, it's been proven that your thoughts create your reality. If you believe it, it will happen, good or bad. Your brain is always looking for evidence of what you believe in. So how about we change that belief to something is possible or figure outable? Amazing, right? So one of the things that I loved about this book was the premise that we have the capability to make the impossible possible, that we can figure it all out. But let me tell you the part that flipped my world upside down. So, Forleo says that 99% of the time when we say, I can't, what we really mean is, I won't. And won't doesn't mean we're incapable. it means we're not willing. Ouch, right? Like, I can think, I can't even tell you how many times I've said, I can't. I can't do this because I don't have enough information. I can't make this extra step because I don't have the right tools. I can't do whatever it is. When what I really meant was that I didn't want to. I wouldn't do it. And why didn't I want to do it? Fear, resistance. Because let's be real, saying I don't want to forces me or you to own the fact that it's a choice to stay exactly where we are. So I can say, I can't do this in my business. I can't make this change that I need to make change for my parenting. It's really because I don't want to, because it's scary. It takes me out of my comfort zone. And if I say I don't want to, that's really uncomfortable. Right? And let's be real, this doesn't just apply to our dreams or our careers. So it's not just about what you can or can't do at work or with the next chapter of your life. It shows up even in how we parent too. So, how many times have we told ourselves, I can't stay patient when my kid is melting down? I can't take time for myself. I have too much to do. I can't teach my daughter how to trust herself when I barely trust myself. Hmm. Those are all things that I've said. But what if those I can'ts are really just I won'ts? Like, I won't take time for myself. I won't teach my daughter how to trust herself. I won't stay patient. What if everything we want for ourselves, for our kids, for our families, for our dream life is figure outable? That's what hit me hard right there. Is that it's all figure outable if we want it enough. So I will be honest with you. For a moment reading this, I felt shame. Shame and I are well known to each other. But then I caught myself because I have done enough healing work and work with other people to know shame keeps us stuck. We get stuck in the shame. And the real takeaway is I do have control. If everything is figure outable and it's all internal, that the reasons why I can't figure it out, I have control over that. And there is nothing to be ashamed of there. And that's really what this book is all about. Reclaiming the power we already have. Because if everything is figure outable, then the only thing left to do is take action. So here's what I want to leave you with. Number one, read the damn book. You need to read it. Number two, I want to leave you with a question. So, where are you telling yourself, I can't, when deep down you know it's really, I won't? Is it in parenting? Is it in your career or business? Is it in your relationships? Is it in your self care? Is it in all of those things? Because that's where I was at, in all of the above. Drop it in the comments. I would love to have a deeper conversation about whether or not, or where you're at in terms of the I can'ts and I won'ts. Because if we don't have a conversation about it, nothing is going to change. So if this hit home with you, I would love to keep the conversation going. My next read is The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Because if we want to stop being held back by our fear, we need to learn how to live right here, right now. So, do you want to read it with me? I would love if we could read it together and chat about it. So drop a comment. Let me know if you're in. You want to read Eckhart Tolle's Power of Now. Hit subscribe or follow if you want more conversations like this. And then I'll be posting on Instagram, Pinterest, all of the places, some of my favorite takeaways there too. So go ahead and follow me, Strong Moms, Brave Kids, and let's have a deeper conversation about what we have control over, which is pretty much everything. All right. See you later.